All right. So I've made a video and I just got done kind of editing. I don't do video editing. I just throw it together in a mashup of stuff. Most of the video is shot with this thing, which is a head mount. Show you how ridiculous this thing is. So now I can't even do it. Is it? Something like it's all, oh, that's why. There we go. So this is how I film. Turns out most of this video I didn't have this tilted down enough so that you guys can see what I'm doing. I haven't made a video in well over a year, so I apologize for the quality of this video. It is what it is. I did a job. I thought it would be neat to film it. We'll see what happens. I apologize that you don't see much. The stuff that you really absolutely need to see, you can see. But where I'm working, this is a pressing a bushing in, and I'm showing you how I'm putting the bushing into this arm. Unfortunately, it's out of view. I just didn't have it tilted right. Hopefully my next video will be better. So watch it, and we'll see you later. All right, finally gonna make a video. I'm not really sure, I'm trying to block my lights so you can kind of see the car, but not sure how this is gonna turn out. We have a Toyota Sienna. Honestly, I forget the year. I want to say 2011, 2010, ballpark, somewhere in there. Maybe 2008, maybe, I don't know. But we're gonna change a mount that's on the rear diff. And let me go show you what we're talking about. Okay, so this is the mount that we're doing, and as you see, I already got my screw jack holding the diff in place, but let me just point out to you why. Try to get it so that you can see it, but the bushing here, and I have it supported, but see if I can pull it down. No, I can't pull it down. Come on, you can see it there. See how that bushing's coming away from the ring? We're going to attempt to change it out. The manual says we have to replace this whole piece to get the bushing, but I found the bushing by itself. I'm going to attempt to press it out, cut it and press it out, and then press a new one in and see if we can get this back on the road. So I'll be back. Okay, the first thing we're going to remove is this vibration dampener, and I honestly cannot remember if it goes this way or if it goes this way, but as you see, I've already taken it off. So that's the first thing. The next thing I'm going to do is take these bolts out and hopefully get this mount out. All right, I've moved you guys to the top of my head. I'm not really sure how well you all are going to see this, but I've already got it loose. So there's one. Oh, come on. Flip that around. All right. So those were 17 mil, by the way, and we'll pop that down. Okay, so now that's loose, and the next piece is this guy up here. All right. You know, I gotta admit, working on import cars is sometimes easy because all of the tools, the fastener sizes, they're pretty much all the same. You run 8 millimeter, 10 millimeter, 12, 14, 17, 19, and the occasional 21. You get that with an import. You get those sizes of tools, you can pretty much fix anything. Okay, so wrench ain't gonna work on that side, or we need a better wrench. We need another wrench. Let's go over to the other toolbox. And so I'm having you guys on my head because I need two hands to do this. So is that welded? I didn't need a wrench for that, at least not yet. All right, so that's 19. There it goes. So now I need the wrench for it. All right. Okay, so we're just gonna, I'm supporting it with my thumb here, and we're taking this out, and then we're gonna pause the video, and when I get over to my press, we'll start back up. So get that in there, that there, and then take this down. Oh, that was pretty simple. Make sure it's in view. I can barely see the screen from here. All right, we're gonna pause the video, and we're going after this guy. So we'll be back. Okay, so I now have it in my vise, and I have it, because this is an aluminum arm, I'm a little worried about holding it tight enough and bending the arm, which we don't want to do. So I made sure that I'm clamping it in my vise in the same orientation that it was mounted on the car. So, you know, this is a nice tight spot. My vise is, it's super old, but it's super strong. And so what we're going to attempt to do, well, we'll put that down. We're going to try to pop this out first, and then we're going to do 2 cuts on the metal ring here, and that should help me pop it out. So let's see how hard. Oh, we need to tighten that up a little bit more. Okay. Now, okay, that's... All right. Let's see if I can get in here with this. This is not really going to plan, but it is what it is. Maybe if I wedge it up there. There's one. This thing is really fighting me. All right, so we got the main part done. And where'd it go? Here it is. All right, so that's done. Now comes the fun part of trying to cut the ring. Getting there. All right. I need some way to secure that. There's a bungee cord over here. That doesn't quite have much bungee left because it's an old cord. Let's see if we can just... Okay, now okay. I don't know if that went through, but what do you guys think, huh? I don't think that went through. Well, it looks like it went through there. I don't think that one went through, but let's see if we can pop it out. So now we need some chisels, punches, and a hammer. Punch. Here's a good chisel here. That's a nice good punch there. That should be enough. I could use this guy, but I really don't feel like making that much noise. This is early in the morning, by the way. It's almost 9 o'clock in the morning. And when I pull out that air hammer, especially if you're air hammering on a rack, that will vibrate the entire rack, and the neighbors won't like me. We want to keep happy the neighbors. So now we need a motivator. There's a motivator. All right, let's first see what happens with the chisel here. Yeah, that's not getting anywhere. We need to reset this. I'm going to pause the video and reset this setup, and we'll be back. All right, you guys, we're back, and I got it to move a little bit. Make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. All right, I think you guys can see it. Drop the hammer, pick up the hammer. So, just like that. Just like that, although you guys are hitting my eyeball. I'm gonna move you, adjust you. All right, let's try this again. Keep going. Don't give up. Ay, ay, ay. My rack is coming apart. That's all right. Whoa. Hey, it's working. It's coming out. It's the first time I've done this specific bushing. Look at that. Okay. So let's look at the carnage. And yeah, it was just enough. Okay, so now we got to get the new bushing in, which I had already bought. I actually, for those of you who must know, I got this from Amazon. Hey, there's an arrow, and I did not pay attention to the arrow on the old one. All right, so let's assume that the arrow means up. We got to find out which way is up on this thing. So back to the car. And I want to say it goes in like that. So that looks like right where it needs to be. So up is this way. I'm not really sure yet how I'm going to put the new bushing in. I'm assuming I got to press it in. Okay, so you know, that just doesn't sit right with me. I swear that these, it was like this on the when I was showing you the videos, or they're showing you the initial problem. I think it was this way. So that's the way I'm going to do it. So right now I'm just going to do some taps to try to see if I can walk it in. It looks, let's try to tighten that up a little bit more. And I mean, she's going in a little bit, more like a little bit crooked too. Yeah, I need to get this side in. I'll try. Solid. All right, I don't think I can hammer that in anymore. I think it's time to go to the press. So now we got to find something to press that in. So let me pause the video again. We're going to find something to go around this ring. Are you guys in view? Are you guys even seeing what I'm doing here? So I got to find something that's going to fit this ring. Oh, there we are. You guys have been out of view. I am so sorry about all that. And then that way I can protect this and protect this area. I need to press directly on this ring. So it's going to take a few minutes. So I'm going to pause the video, get some adapters and whatnot, and see if we can continue. Okay, we're back, and I'm doing something kind of awkward because I just don't have anything big enough to fully sit around. So what I'm doing is I'm rocking it. I've just pressed this side down a little bit, and now it's tilted, so I'm going to press that side a little bit, and then when that gets down, I'll slide it over some more, press it down, and just kind of work in a circle, moving this plate all the way around the center here. And that seems to be working. And when it gets done, I will restart the video and show you the results. I'm using a socket. See here, there. I'm using a socket to support the arm, so the arm is somewhat level. You know, when it comes to this stuff, you do what you got to do. You do what you can do. And I just didn't have anything that was big enough around to stay on this without disturbing the bushing. So this is how you're going to do it, and we'll come back to the video when we're done. Okay, so as you can see, the bushing is all the way in there, and it was a struggle because the outer ring of the bushing is actually wider than the arm. So I had to carefully press it with holding right on the edge so that the ring can be just proud. I mean, you could see just barely, let me share, you guys can see this, just barely right on both sides. It's just proud of it. So I was able to do it with the shop press. Total time from when I cut off to now is about 15 minutes. And it was just a series of pressing it, just keep going in circles until, God, I can't get this video lined up, until it got seated all the way down. Had to make sure that I wasn't hitting this, so I was using the cutouts. You can almost see the ring on where the arm was sitting, and it was just keep positioning these two plates and then pressing down. So we got it solved, and now it's to install. Be right back. Okay, so let's try to install this. So we're going to set the arm in place, and it's, I would say, fairly straightforward. Got to commend Toyota here for giving us a bolt with a arm on it, or a nut with an arm, so when it gets to a certain point, it will just tighten right up on its own. I don't have to hold it, so that's nice. All right, and then we got the two big bolts. Now, there's no nuts or no arms on these nuts, and so you do have to hold it. So we'll put this guy up there. Just start that one. Why are these so long? Oh, you know what? They're two different sizes. Haha. So let's just we'll say this is the inside towards the axles, and this is towards the drive shaft. The one towards the drive shaft is the longer of the two bolts. And there we are. We'll use a 19mm wrench up on the top. Excuse me, I was wrong. We'll use a 17mm wrench on the top. And then we will tighten it down with the 17mm on an impact gun. So we're just gonna, well, let's go the other way. Carefully run it. There we go. All right, so now we're just gonna couple ugga-duggas there. All right, a couple ugga-duggas here, just enough. We will go back and tighten them up in a sec, but now we're going to tighten this guy up. Okay, get that snug, flip the wrench over and give it a good squeeze. I'm sure there's a torque spec for those, but I'm telling you, it's tight enough. And then we're going to do a couple more ooga-doogas here and a couple ooga-doogas here. You don't want to go super, you don't want to lay into it with your impact gun because this is aluminum. You can't crack it if you over torque it. This is something that, 30 years of wrenching, I have had lots of experience. So I know how many ooga-doogas, kind of like that meme that's on the internet about fuel, where there's two types of people who freak out when their fuel tank gets down to a quarter tank, and then there's the people that go, I know my car and it's on empty. Well, I know my impact gun, I know how much air pressure I have, and so it's plenty tight. And these we'll do by hand. We'll get them run down with a there, and then we'll run it down to here, and then we'll tighten them up with a ratchet that all right, so I don't have the part number. There, plenty of tight there. All right, so let's move the light so we can see what we're talking about. So I don't have the part number for this. I did find it. The way I found it was I looked up on Toyota Parts, the internet, for a dealership. And they gave me the part number for this whole assembly. Then I took that part number and went to Amazon's website and just inputted the part number into the search, and I was able to find just the bushing that way. So if you have a four-wheel drive Sienna, and you can see these bushings that are cracked on it, you can just take the arm and move it. Let's take the screw jack off. If you can move that arm a lot, chances are the bushing's worn out. And so there we go. That's how we do it. That's how I did it. Please leave a comment. If it's a nasty comment, I probably will delete it, or I may reply, I may not, but helpful comments I always reply. So leave a comment, subscribe. I know it's been a while since I put a video out. I'm trying to figure out a way to film and work while doing a lot, filming while doing a lot of work. That seems to be the hard part for me. I'm a technician, auto mechanic first, a filmographer. Like, on the list of things that I can do, filming is way at the bottom of the list. So anyway, there we go. Try to show the bushing. Follow my hand. There we go. I keep getting out of range, out of view. So that's how we change the bushing on it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it's worth watching. And thank you, and we'll see you later. All right, finally gonna make a video. I'm not really sure. I'm trying to block my lights so you kind of see the car, but not sure how this is gonna turn out. We have a Toyota Sienna. Honestly, I forget the year. I want to say 2011, 2010, ballpark, somewhere in there. Maybe 2008, maybe, I don't know. But we're gonna change a mount that's on the rear diff. And let me go show you what we're talking about.